The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good night, travel agents. Thanks for joining us on our special edition of this One Love Rewards webinar series, July 9th at 8 o'clock. We are having a Jamaica update for Xstream travel agents. Thanks for joining us and looking forward to the session. Quick run of show as always. Brief introduction by myself, Chris DaCosta, and the star of the show today will be Tamara Christie, who's a BDM in the South Atlanta region, giving us our Jamaica updates. After her presentation, we'll have a question and answer session. Anything that you hear in the session or that you want to ask, we are here to answer those questions. Any additional things that you want to tackle offline, you can send to me at k.costa@visitjamaica.com, or I will give you Tamara's email as well. So up next, we're going to hand off to Tamara to take us through our Jamaica updates. And Tamara, you should have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. It is certainly my pleasure to be beginning this webinar with you. I'm hoping everyone can hear me, but it's lovely, beautiful weather today we had in Jamaica. I'm based in Atlanta, as mentioned earlier. And by the end of this session, you will learn all there needs to know about our beautiful island, Jamaica. So I will be moving this screen. All right, let's see what that issue is. All right, so first of all, the most important thing to note about Jamaica is its location. Our location is prime. As of course, you know, real estate does matter. And for this reason, location, location, location. Jamaica, I call it the pearl of the Caribbean, and so do many people. It's surrounded by a lot of islands, and it's in the mainland, which leads to our island having the very best waters, no waves that's too much. You definitely enjoy a wonderful beach day every day. Once you get on the island, you'll notice that we have excellent transfer services. So whether you wanna have transfers to your hotel, or if you wanna do car rental services, it's excellent. Very quick facts about Jamaica. Jamaica has 6 regions, 6 major resort regions, resort towns. We have many different parts of the island, and I tell you, each area on the island is beautiful. Jamaica has approximately 120 rivers on our beautiful island. So you know there's always somewhere lovely for you to go and visit. And we have over 1,000 cave systems as well on the island. Like I mentioned before, our location is great. And this is what allows us to have such calm waters and beautiful beaches on the island. Jamaica has long been a celebrities' playground for many, many years. And today, it's still a celebrity playground. Jamaica is perfect for weddings. As we say, it's the home of all rights. So whether you want to do a beach wedding, a wedding along the cliffs, a chapel, a lovely romantic chapel wedding, a garden wedding, we have the best settings for you. And of course, you know, we can offer you a warm welcome to our island. Our airport is a beautiful facility when you're entering. So our infrastructure is great, as well as getting around the island is also great. As you can see, we have a great connection between the highways. You're looking right now at the highway between Ocho Rios and Kingston. We also have a wonderful highway between Montego Bay and Ocho Rios. We're working on that leg to Port Antonio. Montego Bay, we call that the complete resort area. Montego Bay is home to 5 championship golf courses. There are a lot of wonderful resorts that are there, great rooms, something for everyone. It's home to the world's fastest man. And nearby you have the cruise port of Falmouth. Montego Bay is also where you'll fly into, and we have the Sangsters International Airport, which is one of our airports on the island, one of our international airports. These are some recently opened hotels. And of course, you can see we have a lot of inventory, lots of things to do in Montego Bay. One of the many things that you can do while you're on the island is the Jamaica Land of Film Tour. Here they take you through the many different sites where a lot of movies were filmed on the island, and they also give you a great tour telling you a lot about the history and culture of our people. This is another great tour, a tour of the Falmouth town. As you can see, there's some familiar faces right there. Prince Harry getting a great tour, so you know it's well organized. Falmouth has a lot of history. It's the first place to have drinking water that's piped and electricity, so it's a great place to learn. And of course, that's where we have our cruise ship port as well, our newest cruise port. You can also do Paintball Jamaica, minutes away from Montego Bay. You can also tour a Rastafarian village, where you'll learn about the religious aspects of the Rastafarian community. It's really great. They also do a lot of natural cooking. They call it ITIL cooking, and this you can do from Portobello, Montego Bay, in the parish of St. James. Rockland's Bird Sanctuary. This is a great tour offered close to Montego Bay. You're looking at the very top right-hand corner. That's the hummingbird, which is indigenous to Jamaica. And on the very lower left-hand screen, you're seeing our Dr. Bird that has those two long tails. Very beautiful. And everyone knows the Montego Bay area is home to the Rose Hall Great House. Along the hip strip, you can do a cruise to Margaritaville, or you can do a lot of great shopping along that hip strip that Margaritaville is located on in Montego Bay. And you can also do rafting on a bamboo raft. This is an excellent tour. Nature lovers will enjoy this tour. Note that with every tour that's offered, you'll learn so much from the guides, because they are very anxious to tell you about our history or culture, little things about their life, you know, so it's really a great thing for you or your clients to enjoy. Glistening Waters or Luminous Lagoon. This is offered in the Falmouth area. It's in a little area where you have phosphorus in the water, and this allows it to glow when it's disturbed. So if you're swimming in there, it will illuminate this blue-purple glow. You even see the fishes swimming through the water, glowing through the water. So it's really an exciting, kind of enchanting tour to do. A Kampong. This is a maroon village which was founded in 1739. Those fierce maroons, they were very, very brave and refused to be enslaved. So they signed a treaty with British people just to ensure that they have their own sovereignty, and they have this until this very day. Every year they do a festival, and it's a wonderful experience for anyone to enjoy. We also have a convention center, which is state-of-the-art, and this is located in the golfing community of Rose Hall, Montego Bay. It's lovely. It's comparable to all the convention centers that you have here in the United States, so it's really excellent. Now we move along to Negril, the capital of casual, home of the 7 Mile Beach and the wonderful, magnificent cliffside, which offers the best sunsets on the island. So these are a few things. It's really a laid-back, beachy town, Negril. A lot of great resorts in that area. We have so much accommodation. If you notice, a lot of the hotels, they're not taller than the tallest palm tree. So it's really excellent. You have the wetlands behind the hotels and the mountains as a backdrop. It's such a beautiful place. Anyone will enjoy. You have the Royal Palm Reserve for those nature lovers again. Mayfield Falls, which is beautiful in a garden setting, breathtaking waterfalls. Remember, Jamaica has over 120 rivers. These are some of the activities you can do. Horseback riding. The Dolphin Cove is 20 minutes out of Negril in the little town called Lucy, close to the resort, the Palladium. So you do not have to drive all the way to Ocho Rios to encounter a dolphin and to enjoy their company and swim with the dolphins. This is the cliffside of Negril. Beautiful. These are some of the scenes that you'll see along the cliffs. This is the Negril Cliffs from the sea. And you can experience this if you do the Sunset Cruise, which is one of my favorite tours to do right there in Negril. Negril offers some really great candlelight dinners in the many caves that are located along the cliffside of Negril. Truly paradise. And if you want some adventure, you can also go diving at Rick's Cafe. So now we move on to Ocho Rios, the centerpiece of Jamaica. Home to Bob Marley and also home to Duns River Falls. Lots of great shopping. These are some of the hotels recently opened and some that will soon come to Ocho Rios. Now, Firefly House is one of the many attractions that you can visit. Do a tour. This was built by Noel Coward. And Cave Valley. This is an excellent tour for people who want to go and experience nature and see the beauty of the island. Stush in the Bush offers a great experience, great food. They're really all about holistic health and well-being and very natural cooking. It's great for families, great to just unwind and enjoy something that's really done at great taste. In Ocho Rios, there's so many things to do. Zip lining, bobsled, swimming with the dolphins, bird watching. You can also visit the Croydon Plantation, which is not on there, but there are so many things on the island. Blue Hole, which is Island Gully Falls. This was also featured on the last episode of The Bachelor. And this is just a little, one of the many accommodations available in the Ocho Rios area. It's actually in Orocabessa. That's Golden Eye. That's the Duns River Falls. And we will move along to Kingston. Kingston is the heartbeat of Jamaica. This is where you have our government, you have a lot of great things to do, the Bob Marley Museum, the Norman Manley International Airport, which is our second international airport, and now with our highway that's connecting Ocho Rios to Kingston, you can get to Ocho Rios from Kingston in approximately 45 minutes, town to town, the outskirts. Lots of art galleries. It's the capital of our island. Many hotels located in this area. It's very important to note, though, that Kingston has a lot of history, but there are no all-inclusives there at this time. It's really a place that a lot of business travelers will visit, and people will go in from time to time to visit the Blue Mountains, do a coffee tour, or, you know, along the Blue Mountains, there are so many coffee shops, and you can bet that they are excellent because it's the Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. You have the Bob Marley Museum, as I mentioned earlier, and there's also a place called Devon House, which is very close by. A lot of history. Port Royal is also accessible through Kingston. It's located in that region of the island. A lot of history here. And archaeologists normally, you know, they will find a lot of things from way back when, which is a part of our history, 1600s, you know, so it's a really excellent place if you love history. Sir Henry Morgan is synonymous as well with Port Royal. He was once our Governor General on the island. And if you know the story of buccaneers and pirates, yes, they all lived and visited Port Royal. So that's a great place for history. Port Antonio. Port Antonio is naturally beautiful. That's where tourism really got its foot off the ground for our island, and many celebrities visited that area, and they still do today as well. Port Antonio is very natural. It's home to the Blue Lagoon. There is a jerk festival that takes place there every year. So you know you can find everything under the sun. Jamaicans will show you how to make that dish with using our very own jerk cuisine. Like I said, many films were, a lot of movies were filmed on the island. So these are some of them: To Russia with Love and Thunderball. And you know, James Bond is synonymous with Jamaica. All the books, all the James Bond books were written in Jamaica. So it's really a lot of history that we have. Now, this is a big fish, catch of the day. Port Antonio is also home to the International Marlin Tournament. If there's anyone that want to do fishing, that's a great spot. The south coast of Jamaica, off the beaten track, home to the Appleton Estate, where you can sample the finest rums. You come out smiling, of course. It's also home to the Mayfield Falls and our friendly Jamaican crocodiles. These are some of the updates for the area. And that's speaking of Sandals South Coast. Look at this very, very charming bar that you can visit in the south coast of Jamaica, the Pelican Bar. It's right out there in the Caribbean Sea. Get there by boat. And the YS Falls, which is nestled in a garden setting. You can also do zip lining. It's a really great tour, the YS Falls. Now, the South Coast is approximately 45 minutes from Negril, and Negril is approximately an hour and 15 minutes from Montego Bay. So that's to give you an estimate of the time. This is the South Coast. The South Coast is home to white sand beaches and black sand beaches. And you can find some really unique hotels along the South Coast. Now, Jamaica's history is one that's very, very interesting. We got our independence in 1962. And so, you know, this year we're celebrating 55 years of independence, and many of our tour operators are offering great specials and sales in our hotels as well. So take a look out for those specials. Out of many, one people. And as you can see, we have our Jamaican flag, green, for our beautiful landscape or green country, yellow for the sunshine and black for the strength of the people. And we put this through in everything we do, our sports, we take our time to show that off. These are some really important people that have made their way through the world and held some really great responsibility. And for example, Rose Hudson Wilkin was the very first person to be appointed chaplain to the Queen Elizabeth II, first woman of color. And we also have some really important, well, I should say recognizable people who are also Jamaicans. And that's to show you that when you come to Jamaica, we will take very good care of you. You're in really great hands. Special events on the island. Here we have Rebel Salute that's going to be taking place 2018 in January. Jamaica Carnival, usually around the Easter time of the year. Dream Weekend in July. Tomorrow Today Festival, usually in May. And of course, we know all about Reggae Sumfest. We have so many food festivals as well, as you can see, and a lot of great trade events. Look out for our fam trips that are taking place in September. If you are a Jamaica travel specialist, you'll definitely see that. And I'll speak a little bit more about that shortly. So you can have great accessibility for wheelchair, people who need wheelchair assistance, lots of access to that. And we've won many accolades on the island, many more than what's even mentioned here. We were number 12 for TripAdvisor for destinations in the top 25 destinations in the world. Now, if you are a Jamaica travel specialist, you can definitely reap some great rewards, and they're listed there. Just remember to register, record all your bookings. Record them by the 15th of the month after your clients have returned from their trip. And we definitely value our travel agents. We do allow you to be accessible from our visitjamaica.com website. Now, with our Jamaica Travel Specialist program, there are so many benefits. You can be awarded by being invited down to our island at the end of the year, usually in December, the first week. And we definitely give you a great reward, you and your special guest. Visit oneloverewards.com to learn more. So that's our annual award, White Affair. These are just some photos of what our event is like. It's really a great fun event every year. Now, be sure to search for Jamaica Travel Specialists on our Facebook page. This is such a great tool where you can learn a lot about what's going on, the happenings on our island. A lot of great information is here. Just look for Jamaica Travel Specialist. We also offer a valuable travel agent resource, or One Love Vibes electronic publication. You learn a lot about our updates, a lot about what's going on the island, a lot about our fam trips, a lot about what's going on within your specific region by visiting oneloveagents.com. So I encourage you to visit this webpage. It's really, really useful. And once you see a fam trip come out on our website, make sure you register as soon as possible so that you will not be left out. So again, I'd like to say thank you so much for being a part of this webinar. And if there are any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them as best as I can for you.
Okay, thanks, Tamar. We have a couple questions here. I've been answering them individually, the ones that I can, but I'll have, for the benefit of everybody else on the webinar, we'll answer individually. So, are private secluded villas up to 30 people available? If so, where?
Yes, there are definitely villas available, depending on availability, because sometimes they really get booked out. I know there are half moon villas, there are villas of distinction as well, and this you can find from our website. You can visit Jamaica.com and search Java, Jamaica Association of Villas and Apartments. So this is where you can definitely locate them. Yes, they're available.
Okay, perfect. And with that, I am going to answer a question. One question that came in from Berhani Robinson: will we get access to this presentation? And this is great information, so much that I have not seen before, and also coming in asking for recording of the session itself. So yes, I will send out information, or we will send out the information to all who attended the session, and assuming that there's a lot of information that Tamara shared and went through, so I know you need to digest a little bit more, so we'll send out information to you, so you can review and digest a little more. All right, so do you have to wait? Do you have to wait until your clients have traveled? I'm assuming this question is about
To register them?
Yes.
Absolutely not. Once you've booked the client, you can definitely register them. You can record that booking. You don't have to wait. And that's great because you don't have to wait for them to all pile up. So once you have booked the client and they're sold, once you've closed that deal, you can go ahead and record that booking.
Okay. Which side is closer from the port of Montego Bay, Ocho Rios or Negril?
Excellent question. They're both within pretty much the same distance because now with our highway, Montego Bay is very central. So what I tell clients is with traffic, we say it would take approximately an hour and 15 minutes to get to Ocho Rios and approximately an hour and 15 minutes to get to Negril. Chances are you might get there maybe 15 or so minutes earlier, but we always give time for traffic.
Yes.
They're pretty much the same distance between.
Yeah, just to insert my my point on that, I actually drove both of them this weekend. On Saturday morning early. Probably I left Negril at probably 11 o'clock. Drove to Montego Bay in 45 minutes. And not fast, driving the speed limit. And I got from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios in an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Is the 7 Mile Beach the best in Jamaica?
Wow. Now, we say the 7 Mile Beach is, yes. You know why? Because you have that 7 mile stretch of pure, beautiful beach. And it's not rough waves either. It's really nice, calm, serene, beachy experience. So yes, right now it's the best within our resort area. Yes. We also have great beaches on the south coast. That white sand beach is excellent. You can see your toes, but you can also see your toes in Negril and Ocho Rios because I've been to all those beaches. But really, honestly, Negril is excellent.
Okay. Another question from same person, Robert Rodriguez, really want to test us on Negril. Which hotel in Negril has the best part of the 7 Mile Beach?
Wow. Okay. So I know Beaches Negril is right there on the 7 Mile Beach. Couples Negril is also Couples Swept Away. Let me be specific because there are two couples properties in Negril. So Beaches Negril, Couples Swept Away Negril. And there are a number of small boutique properties that are on that calls the 7 Mile Beach their home, such as Sandy Haven Resort. So you can't say that one has the best stretch because that 7 Mile Beach stretch is really, really, really nice.
Yeah, there is really no bad spot on that 7 Mile
Yeah.
Beach. Yeah. All right. Questions coming in for requests coming for a copy of the presentation and list of the festivals and events. We'll also send that in the recap. Uh, where do I go to take Jamaica Travel Specialist Program?
www.oneloverewards.com. I think I can spell oneloverewards.com. And it's all one word, not the letter, not the number, I should say. So it's oneloverewards with an S.com.
Okay, great. I have a group that is looking for 2 resorts next to each other, one for kids and one for adults.
I can definitely recommend a few. We have the Iberostar, which has 3 properties, so they have 3 choices. Iberostar Beach and Suites is for families, so children are definitely accepted there. And the Grand is adults only. We also have the Rio properties, which are great, and they're right next to each other, right there in Montego Bay. In Negril, you have Sandos and Beaches. They're very close. They're not next door, but they're very close. And you also have the Azul properties. So there are quite a number of different choices now on the island that are great. So, and of course, if you need some more, we also have our information from our travel agent reference guide available.
Sure, and we can put together a list and send to agents. Well, as a matter of fact, every question that's asked here, we will get back and we will group answer all questions and send out to everyone. So we have this as a resource going forward. When is the busiest season in Jamaica for tourism?
Winter, of course.
Yes.
And summer is also busy.
Mhm. Okay, just going through the questions. We answered some before. Has there been any discussion regarding airfare to Jamaica coming from the Northeast? It's getting really expensive and it's causing clients not to book.
Yes, there has been discussions. I can tell you this, honestly, airfare now on a whole, even within the United States, is pretty high. Um, and it's really the airlines that make their prices. But that question, it has been a topic of discussion, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and sitting where I sit in the sales office in Miami, it is something that we hear every day, and we do recognize the concern, and it's something that we constantly speak to the airlines and the tour operators about. And basically they're saying, quite frankly, they're running a business as well, and the planes are full, and as long as they're full, they're going to keep the prices steady. It's not our policy, it's the airline's policy, but we do make the noise, and we do continue to tell them give them concerns of the travel agents and the travel community, and hopefully we'll get some results eventually. Are there any cruises that have ports of call in Jamaica?
Many, so many. Royal Caribbean, Princess Cruises, Celebrity, there's so many. So yes.
As a travel agent, can one person take this trip to learn more about Jamaica?
The answer is yes. Or familiarization trips, which we call FAM trips for short, are the way to go to get on the island and get a really well-rounded educational experience.
Okay. Would it be too late to register a client that visited in March? I also have a couple coming in tomorrow. So where do I register as soon as they return? For that, I'd suggest to call the office 305-665-0557, 305-665-0557, and speak to your regional support rep, and they see if they can make any special arrangements for you to have that count to your bookings. Which resort has the best nightlife and activities for clients, Montego Bay or Negril?
That's another good question. The Rio properties sport some really great nightlife. Also, the well, I can tell you Ocho Rios, the Palace is also a very good property for nightlife. They even have a great nightclub there. That's the Moon Palace. Offers really great nightlife. Another good property I can say, Iberostar. They do some really great entertainment, and Secrets Resorts offers great entertainment as well.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Breathless.
Yes. Okay. Questions keep coming in. We have 175 agents holding steady, so we'll keep answering the questions. Um, which resorts are best for families and larger groups? Top three. Difficult one.
Wow. Large property. I know Half Moon, depending on your clientele, is good for families. Um, we also have the Iberostar, the Hilton Rose Hall, does well with families too. The Jewel Properties is an excellent option. We do have the Jewel Paradise Cove. Just check out jewelresorts.com. They've got some really great options. Ryu also offers great options. Jamaica has so many great properties, and it really depends on your client's tastes that will make it the best.
Okay, perfect. Is there a best time to visit Jamaica?
I would say it depends on what you're really looking for. If you're looking for a slow season, that would be like around the back to school time. If you're looking for peak season when everything is, well, I should say when clients tend to flock to the island more, I'd say spring break. You have a lot of great entertainment going on, especially in the grill for spring breakers, and you have throughout the island, a lot of great festivals. So it really does depend. During the winter time, like January, when we have the Rebel Salute. Now, this week in particular, when you have that Jamaica festival going on, that Reggae Sumfest festival going on is excellent. So it just depends on what you're looking for.
Perfect.
And I can tell you this, the weather in Jamaica is great 24/7, 365. So if you're thinking weather-wise, every day is a wonderful beach day on the island because it's tropical. So nothing to worry about. It's always a great time.
Okay, perfect. I see some questions coming in about the travel specialist program, and the questions regarding the cost and requirements.
Cost and requirements. Cost, just register at oneloverewards.com, become a Jamaica travel specialist, graduate, do the course. That's your cost to become a Jamaica travel specialist.
Yeah, and to add to that, all our services are free. We are here to support the travel agent community. Our reward is that you book Jamaica. That's why we work hard for you.
Yeah. It's at no cost, no monetary cost to you.
All right. Charisma Properties, when will they be open?
It's over a 10-year span that the ones that are being built, that they have in their projections to be built, it's going to happen over a 10-year period.
Okay, and somebody's asking, why is the winter season busy?
Winter season is busy because we have a lot of cold climate areas in the United States and around the world that people are trying to escape the cold. So it's busy. Come to the tropical weather.
All right. Okay, what would be the biggest attraction this year for the 55th anniversary in Montego Bay for Independence Day? I'll be in the lovely Jamaica during this time.
Oh, during that period, We do. Well, you did say attractions, so all the attractions will be there. We do have festivals and stuff going on throughout the island, food festivals, um, many different festivals. So yeah, throughout the year, there are a lot of festivals that are taking place.
Yeah, and a signature year as the 55th, they're regional festivals for independence and emancipation days, which are a really great cultural event to get a little more immersed into things that you probably won't see on a daily basis on island. So that's a really good time to go down. Okay, are there any casinos?
Slot machines, do they work? But at this time we have no real gambling um, casinos on the island.
Okay, all right. Uh, all right. Carnival. What cruise lines besides Carnival travels there?
Princess Cruises, Celebrity Cruises, the Oasis, those large ones that come into the Falmouth cruise port. So you have quite a set and a lot of choices when it comes to cruises going to the island.
Sure. Okay, perfect. What I see, I think there's definitely some interest here, and I see a lot of questions coming in now about recommendations. Um, if I can take a decision to say, let us feel the decisions, feel the questions, and give you more of a more in-depth recommendation on a follow-up call or email. So you have a discussion with either Tamara, or you can call again the office at 305-665-0557 and discuss that with your regional rep to get some more recommendations. Also, as Tamara shared earlier, a good place to go and get these recommendations from fellow agents is the Facebook group chat, and it's just go to Facebook and get to or do a search for Jamaica Travel Specialist Facebook group page, or send me an email at k.dacosta@visitjamaica.com. I will give you access, and you have a host of agents, over almost 3,000 agents that you can ask these questions. So they're always ready to help. That's a great resource. So Tamara,
Yes,
excellent job. Thank you very much for your time today.
it was my pleasure. And thank you all for being a part of this webinar and your enthusiasm for learning more about Jamaica.
Perfect. Again, I see some questions. My contact details again is K DaCosta. So let me just put that on screen and share both of our contact details so everyone has that as the questions come in. Um, Feel free to reach us at any time. So this is Tamar's information. And my information at the bottom. K DaCosta at visitjamaica.com. All right, thank you very much, agents, for joining us tonight. Really appreciate your support. Looking forward to lots of business from the Xstream Travel Group. And any questions, again, please reach out to us at any time. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you.